Are you there? Hello, nice to see you. It's me, Dave. I just had my lunch. Did you, Dave? That's really fascinating. But as I was doing it, I was thinking, I've got to do a broadcast. I've got to share these ideas with people. And I want to talk about happiness. Now, I've got a really busy day, really cool day. In fact, now I think about it, I'll probably go about 10, 15 minutes before my next client arrives for public speaker training. Been doing it all day. It's fantastic, really exciting. And one day, we may do it together. That sounds rude. In fact, some music in the background, so it's all about doing it together. The music in the background is this kind of jazzy music that you get in elevators and supermarkets and in movies that you're not allowed to see unless you're over the age of 18, and probably you should never see either. Anyway, so changing the subject completely, I wanted to share with you what I think are 10 really wonderful rules about creating happiness in your life. I wrote them all down so I don't forget them. So for the first time in a long time, I'm going to be holding a pad with my details in. And I'll be reading it like this, and you'll be going, "Oh, Dave, you're making it up." I sort of made it up, but I want to share it with you anyway. And hello to Tom. Tom, all the way from back northeast. Good to see you, bud. There's my lunch coming back again. That would be a horrible thing to happen live on Facebook, wouldn't it? So, have you seen the new movie Logan? I loved it. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Oh, they cry a little bit. But I think for anybody who's been a geek long enough to enjoy basically comic books growing up like I did, it's the first time I've seen one, apart from maybe Deadpool, where you go, look, it's for grown-ups. Grown-ups can enjoy comic books as well. It's not just about superheroes doing crazy things. And I just realized, as I've just told you that, I've just lost all my credibility. But if you've seen Logan, or you're going to see Logan, or you've seen any other Marvel stuff, not so much DC, then you'll know exactly what it is I'm talking about. So there. Right then. So, what is it that we're talking about? 10 rules, 10 basic rules of happiness. I'll keep it short and sweet, so you can share it with your friends, and also the length of the video doesn't go on forever and ever, so you get really bored, and you're wondering, why am I still talking and listening to Dave? Okay, so let's go with it. First rule is this. Hello to Ahmed El-Malagi, my good friend, who's now looking really buff after being just an amazing success story. So, first rule is this. Set your happiness switch to on. Imagine just like an app or just like a mobile phone, you've got an on-off switch on happiness. When you are interested in something, your mind will find more examples of it for you. I keep going like this, like I'm trying to stab somebody. Let me put my pen away. When you're interested in something, your mind will find more examples of what you're interested in. So if you buy a new car, suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere. And it's not because it's there everywhere, unless you're actually falling asleep in a showroom or you live there. It's because when you're interested in something, your mind will find more examples to prove it's true. So if you're a negative person, you find more negative things because it's just interested in what you're interested in. So if you say, I want to be happy, and in fact I'm working towards being happy, and show me more things that make me happy, you'll just feel more happy. And you'll ignore all the stuff that makes you unhappy. So that's my first rule. Set your happiness switch to on. Number 2, remember that happiness is not necessarily about being happy all the time. It goes up and down like that. If you're happy all the time, then give me some of what you're taking, because it's probably illegal. But more interesting than that, if you're happy all the time, how do you know when you're happy, and how do you know when you're sad? You might always be at a certain level. Now the idea is, if life is going up and down like that, you can tell it's getting better all the time by analysing it. And you know that today is better than yesterday, and yet the day before wasn't so good, but now I know I'm happy because things are working together really well. Nice to see you, Louisa, and also nice to see you, Orinta. Good to have you joining me for this very quick broadcast before my next client comes in. So we're just talking about happiness. I've gone through 2 points. First of all, switch your happiness thing to on, and also it's about a journey. The journey is that some days are good, some days are bad, but you want it to be like that, so you can qualify what you did to make it better and do more of that. Keep a journal. Just keep paying attention to things that make you happy and do more of the same. And that way you'll find that things do work out for you on a more regular basis to keep you happier. Okay, number 3 is this. Learn to live with frustration, or at least learn to cope with frustration. Some things are tough. The hardest things in life are the ones that are worth working for. If you find that life is difficult, then maybe you need to cheat or change the rules or reframe or do something that is easier to do, so you get little achievable bits. And as you achieve little bits more, they make you very happy. If you aim for something that's so big and so horribly far in the distance that you'll never reach there, okay, there's some value in that, but the thing is you can be miserable all the way, feeling like a failure. So make them in steps that you can at least enjoy and make it achievable, even if it's little small steps and pockets that allow you to get there faster. Okay, live in the moment. Right now, I'm waiting for a client to come in. I'm very excited. I've also just enjoyed a lovely dinner. It's my sea bass with potatoes. And what else was there? I can't remember. Well, anyway, I'll find out in about 8 hours. There's a thought you didn't want me to share with you. And it was just really nice. Living in the moment is very important because in the moment, life is pretty good. You don't actually live in the past. And you don't actually live in the future. You only have what we have right now. Or now. Or now. So effectively, enjoy the now. Don't spend all your time waiting for something bigger and better to come along, because even when it does come along, it'll only seem like this. When you look at your best photos of things you've ever enjoyed, or a video, at that time it felt just like this. But when you look back on it, you go, wow, you know, I wish I'd enjoyed that a little bit more. Enjoy it more now. Even if you get a splinter in your finger, feel the pain, take the splinter out, don't keep it there unless that's what you're into. But just enjoy the experience, because good things and bad things are there for a reason. Okay? Hi to Fraser, good to see you. And thanks for joining us. So talking about the good things that you need to work out to make more happiness in your life. Okay, number 4 is that one about staying in the present, enjoying the moment. Number 5, find your life's purpose. Why are you here? What are you doing on this planet? If you don't know what you're doing, and you're just going to work and getting paid, or not going to work and being frustrated, or being in a relationship, you don't like it, all these kind of things, well, maybe these are the things that are sent to test you. But one thing is for sure, your life is your choice. You do something about it, or you don't do something about it. And what I would recommend is work out what you really want out of life. Because when you know what that is, then you'll find that all the other things don't matter so much. You can put them all to one side if it don't help you get to where you truly want to be. Now, if you don't know what you want to be and what your life should be all about, there's no problem about your age, it can change and so on, but have a good hard look in the mirror. Have a think about what it is you enjoy doing, what you're good at doing, and what you want to do more of. And if it can make you money as well, that's even more fantastic. And concentrate on doing that. You'll find that everything falls into place, and it's much easier then to work out what you don't want in your life anymore. Get rid of all those things that make you unhappy, that take up your time, that make you sad, and you never know what's around the corner that you're putting to one side because you're wasting time with people or things that aren't helping you get to where you truly want to be. So getting rid of those things is always very useful as well. Number 6, setting achievable goals and getting them. Now, people talk about, again, getting these massive goals that you're going to aim for. Break it down into smaller steps so at least you can work towards getting those. If you've got a huge one that you really want to go, break it down to small, manageable steps, like they say about how do you eat an elephant, a bit at a time. How do you get to become super successful and so on? Make little steps, but also leave little flags that once you've reached them, just like climbing Everest, you can say, right, I've got to a certain milestone. Yeah, the view looks good from here. I can take stock of where I am. I'm going to move on to the next one. It's important to make them achievable. It's important to make them measurable. You can also make them crazy, but make the steps leading towards it very achievable. So even if you only get 3/4 of where you really wanted to get, it's a lot better than before you started going off in any different direction. Imagine running about really hard, trying to get to somewhere, and you work really, really, really hard, but you don't know where it is you want to go. You just end up exhausted, frustrated, and wondering why it is that everyone else seems to be happier than you. Set your goals, find out your life's purpose, and work towards that. All right, number 7, enjoy the simple things in life, like going to see Logan. I sat in the cinema, and I mentioned this on Facebook. I sat in the cinema, it was a completely empty cinema. You can see it on my Facebook and on my Instagram as well. And I just went, you know, this is one of the best things ever. Being a dad, having no plans to go out and party, but just sitting in the cinema, late at night, it's about 10 o'clock, well, late at night, look at these bags. And I was just sitting watching Logan and really enjoying it. And then some people came in and were on the phones, which wasn't so good. And it's a virtually empty cinema, and they sat right in front of me. Did I have a go? A little bit, but I can't tell you too much about it in case a legal case comes out. But simple things that really make you happy, do more of those things. Don't worry about what everyone else says. As long as you're not offending them, go ahead. Because little pockets of explosions of happiness will allow you to feel happy on a more regular basis. You don't have to have huge ones, because what if they go wrong? But little things, kind of selfish, but also little treats. Most people wait for their birthday to get something really nice from people to let them know and evaluate how good life should be. Why not treat yourself on a more regular basis? Don't make it massive, don't make it too selfish, but make it just enough to go, you know what, life is good. And make them regular. Every day do something that really makes you happy, makes you feel alive, challenges you, tests you at the same time. It's all pretty good. Right, my battery's running out on this phone, so I'm going to have to make it short and sharp as I move on to number 8. Give to others. Give people stuff. Give it away. The more you give to people, the more you recognize it and more things get attracted to you. Watch for secrets, understand what I'm on about. But what happens literally is the more you give to people, the more you have gratitude, and the more you care about people, and people notice that. Even on a cellular level, they notice the fact that you are a giver and you're a nice person, and so they gravitate towards the niceness. And the right people will help you as a direct result of doing that. And you can always ask for stuff as well. So giving to others is kind of important. Number 9, choose family first over work. That work-life balance is very difficult, but you can't really understand why you do your work until you have a family, and then you go, it's to provide for them. And it is difficult. You have to go to work, to bring it home, to be able to go to work, to bring it home, to look after your family, to get your holidays, and that whole cycle goes around. But don't sacrifice the little ones. They never get small again. And they learn to speak, and they stop wearing nappies, and they demand things, and when it comes to Christmas and birthday, they need A, B, C, and D, but love every moment of it. You never get it back again. Enjoy your family time. That's what it's all about. And for those people who haven't got families, are going, you know what, I'm glad I didn't. Well, there's a balance to everything, okay? You might have this success, but why are you doing what you do? How do you provide the evidence that you ever existed if nobody exists after you? It's a thought. Anyway, your choice. I'm not having a go, just talking about life choices. And the final thing is this. Your past isn't your future. All the things that have happened in the past, let them go. You can't change them. You can't alter them. You'll only change your perception of what went on. But don't let it cloud you, your judgment, your relationships with new people. You think you've met the same people before? You haven't. You're meeting them for the first time. So enjoy them for the first time. And don't let whatever's happened in the past spoil you enjoying every single day of your life. That's it. 10 rules. I'll chuck it over there on the table, and I'll order dessert. I've got a client coming soon. I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you an inspiration for tomorrow. I might come back and share some more. If not, until then, have a wonderful day. I'll leave some comments on your thoughts. If I missed out on anything that makes you happy, put it down below, and I'd love to share that and comment on it as well. Take it easy. Bye-bye.